Hello, guys. Welcome back to the third episode, third video, however you guys want to call it, to this free trading course hosted by Success Over Stress Academy. And the host is Johan Banks. Well, we're back at it, and today's episode, today's video, it's price action. How I use price action, what's the concept behind it, and how could it be useful in your trading strategy. So I'm gonna show you guys a couple of setups, right? It's gonna be away from the charts. I want to make it more like a theoretical video, you know. Then you guys, when you guys see this concept, I want you guys to apply it to your charts, back test, and see that it works out, right? So we're gonna make our fake support, fake resistance, right? And we're gonna make our structure, right? So we have a structure coming down here, right? I'm only gonna put the candles where I'm gonna take the trade, just so you guys have an idea, right? So we want to take a sell based on price action, right? We do have price coming down all the way down. Then we made support, and then we're gonna go retest our previous support, which is now our resistance, which is this one right here. And we're making these beautiful candles right here. Okay, I feel like this is gonna be a little harder than what it seems, but don't worry about it. We got it. We got it, guys. Right? So you do want to take a sell from here, right? This is what you're gonna be waiting for. So we have this bullish candle, right, or resistance. So what you actually want to wait for, right? You want something with a big wick at the top, right? Not only a big wick, but you also want like a pin, like a bearish pin, closing like a doji star, closing at resistance. So it's telling you that it's rejecting the upside. And what you want to do is, let's say this is our candle right here, right? All right, guys. I'm trying to make the best candle that I can. Okay, that was bad. Um, let's try to make it right. So, tudum, tudum. See, this is what we want right here. Perfect. We want something closing like this, right? So it's telling you it's rejecting the upside, right? And there's no rejection to the downside. We got a small wick at the bottom and a big wick at the top. We did broke the high, but we closed wick bearish. And what we want is the next candle, right? Breaking the previous low, telling us, telling us that we respect the resistance. We made a doji. We're trying to make an entry pattern. This is the entry pattern that you're looking for basically on breaks and retest in a resistance, right? Break support becomes resistance. So you're looking for that kind of a pattern, you know. Sometimes it's not going to be exactly like that, but most of the times this is what you're going to be looking for. That means, right, that we rejected the upside, right, with a big wick at the top. We close wick bearish, right? And the next candle retested resistance again. We never broke the previous high and we broke the low, telling us that most likely this price is going to drop. It's going to drop completely. And I'm going to give you an example right now of this exact pattern, right? Because I marked it up right here just so we're waiting for. Let's go to the 30-minute and boom, here. We made this was our previous support. We broke support. We came we made new support, and when we tested previous resistance, making us this pattern that I'm telling you, right? Where we're gonna put our TP on our stop loss was gonna be our entry at. Entry is gonna be the moment we break the previous low, as long as this candle respects the previous high. Stops above the previous highs, previous wicks, couple of pips, like I always say, right? And our TP is gonna be all the way our new at our new lows or new support. So you gotta read the candles. What I mean by this is when the candles are moving every minute, every second, they're telling you a story. So you gotta learn how to read it. Obviously, we don't have a setup for me up right now live, so I'm telling you this already happened. So I recommend you to go back test and use it on your own strategy, obviously. So you gotta read the candles, right? This is telling you like close bearish. You waited for this candle to close, broke the low, you enter, and boom, we made up all this clean traffic right here. Clean traffic to the bottom side and to the upside. So that means we should have a nice smooth way to the bottom, and then we did. Clean traffic to the left shouldn't be no issue for us to continue to the downside. And now let's find like a nice support setup, right? I'll mark that up as well right here. This is, as you can see here, we have a lot of consolidation, a lot of accumulation at or support. As you can see, the support's been held for quite a time, right? We haven't been able to break the support, and when we broke, it was a fake out because the next candle came right back. So when it's showing us this, right, we gotta see, okay, what do we do now? Do we wait for these candles to close? Are we gonna take an impulsive entry? What are we gonna do? Simple and easy. You gotta find for entry pattern. And if we're trading in the 1 hour, what we look for is sort of rejections to the downside and breaking previous highs, right? So you can see right here, we had big rejection to the downside, closing bearish, but with a big wick at the bottom. Next candle, respect to the previous low, and then within the next two candles, we broke previous highs, right? And then the moment this candle right here, this big beautiful green candle closed bearish, is telling us, all right, we're gonna skyrocket. Also in confluence with a double bottom. It's a chart pattern. Double bottoms means we're gonna buy, right? But for you guys to know that, it's gonna be for in further videos. We're gonna be talking about sharp patterns, and how to use it in our trading strategy. But like I said, right, coming back to the topic, this candle closed super bullish, telling us, all right, we have bullish momentum coming in, coming from the bottom. So we take our entries the moment this candle closed, breaking the previous highs, stops below the previous lows, previous wicks at the bottom. Like I always say, a couple of pips just so if it's gonna come out and stop us, the broker, right, the spread doesn't stop us out. And then what is gonna be our TP? Previous highs. It's gonna be right here, previous highs of the market. It could be down here, but I feel like this was a more accurate setup. And let's see how can we trade breakouts with price action, right? Right here we have a beautiful breakout to the downside, right? Let's say we in this situation right here, right? We're trying to look for buys, and you can see this candle right here faked us out. So okay, like okay, it faked us out. So let's see we're gonna break support. How will you take a sell from this resistance? Because now it was our support right here, but now it made resistance. Since we couldn't break this new resistance we made, but we did broke support, we're gonna be looking for sells. How do we enter here? Right? As you can see here, this big bearish candle broke two lows of two bullish candles, right? Back to back. And it closed bearish, telling us that the next candle most likely is gonna retest that resistance now to continue to the downside, or it's gonna break the low of that bearish candle, and it's gonna melt all the way to our previous lows right here. These are our previous lows right here. How could we have entered? How could we have anticipated this move? By the moment this candle faked us out and broke these previous two bullish candles lows, right? And it closed bearish under support, telling us That's now our resistance. We had two scenarios here. Either we were gonna go up and retest the support, which is now our resistance to continue to the downside, or we're just gonna melt down. We melted down. So entry one could have been the retest with the pattern I showed you. Entry two, the moment we broke the low of that big bearish candle to the downside, putting our stops above our resistance now in case we're about to come back, and putting our TP on the previous lows, like I always say. And it's simple, guys. You just gotta read the candles telling you what is. You gotta read what it's telling you. We're closing bullish above resistance. We're breaking resistance. We're closing bearish above below support. We broke support. We're looking for sales, right? We made new support. We're gonna come back and retest the previous resistance. Once we're there, we gotta understand what the candles are telling us. Are we gonna respect here? Are we gonna respect there? Is it closing weak bullish? Is it closing strong bullish? No, those little minor details. That's basically what it is. It's not really much. There's not really a lot to it, but what it is, you gotta pay attention to it. And let's see if I can find a breakout to the upside, just so we can conclude with this video, right? Mm, Perfect, perfect, perfect. We have a small resistance right here, right? Do it in the 30-minute real quick, right? We had a small resistance right here. So let's say you're trading around this time right here, right? And you're waiting, either we're gonna sell off, right? Because we have a resistance, or we're gonna break and continue up, right? As you can see here, right? We did respect it at first, and then when this candle, like I'm telling you, you guys gotta wait for candle to close, because as you can see here, if you guys would have taken the moment we broke this low for sales, which I could have done the same too, if I would have, if I wouldn't have waited for the candle to close, I would have gotten stepped out because it literally just skyrocketed. So if we do wait for this candle to close, we would have anticipated this, and we would have saved ourselves from a loss, right? So how do we have taken this breakout? How do you trade breakouts with price action? As you can see, right, we got faked out here, but this next candle closed bullish, right, above resistance, and it broke the previous high. So, like I told you guys when we were talking about in the earlier setups, the next candle is gonna skyrocket. But you gotta anticipate two things. Either it's just gonna break the high and continue up without retesting, or it's gonna retest now or support, which was or resistance, and continue to the upside. It did. As you can see, this week retested this previous resistance, which is now or support. And then when this candle is moving, right, you gotta wait until it comes back, retest, and when it turns bullish again, that's where you trade it. That's where your entry is gonna be at. Where do we put stops at? A couple of pips below support, just so we don't get stepped out. I mean, if we come back down, there's no point of holding that loss. And where do we put OTP at? Previous highs. So you can see our previous highs were right here. Boom, straight to the T. We tapped it 2 times. So this is basically it, just little small details. There's not really much to it, like I said in price action. I want to say just breakout. How do you trade breakouts with price action and retest? It's not really much to it. There's not a Fibonacci to it. There's not a trend line to it. Basically, not a lot of concepts to it, but those little details, that's what it counts. That's what helps you trading to the next level. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys got a lot of knowledge of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video. You know, and follow me on Instagram at Success Over Stress FX and at Johan Banks. I'm my Forex educational page, which is Success Over Stress Trading Academy. It's here on my hand. Success Over Stress till I die. Anyways, I hope you guys found a good purpose in this video, because I did like making this video for you guys. And see you guys in the next one. Link is in my bio for the free Telegram group chat that I share and I break down all of this every time I take a trade, all for free. So see you guys in the next one.